It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Right, 674. Oh, here we go. Oh. Right,
they'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw, Luck. Buying time to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Luck. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Luck. And this is incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, my 7. 54. Mike, 54.
Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Check out. Right, 622. 59. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Mike's 59. Here we go, here we go. 59, Mike, 59. Check, 59.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Now a handoff coming left, Connor. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up. Check,
On second and very short, Luck. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Watch the curve. 59, Mike, 59.
On first and 10 is Connor. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
He's counting me. 11-Z.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
They gonna need some things. Echo. Hey, watch that. Check, Mike.
Now Luck. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Look out. 1-6-3.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Right there. 54. Right there.
John Wright. It's a party now. 12.
Check hot route. Hot.
On.
Twins. Watch twins.
Just beating the play clock is Luck. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Hauschka adds the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 21-yard line.
On the double.
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. What we got? What we got?
Five.
53 for Mike. 53. Check. 53. All you get on the head. All you get on the head.
We dribble.
From the gun, it's Manning. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Manning. And it's complete. Henry. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The 3rd year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
37-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
Manning. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor. And that'll make it 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now.
Shotgun now for Manning. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Mike, check out. Line 40.
Get this worm on. Check nickel.
Check out.
They start with a give to counter. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Yeah.
Throwing his line. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, Doesn't matter where it's coming from. Tight ends know that they've become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
54, Mike, 54.
Hey, box truck.
54.
Here's Locke. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Alex Okafor. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run the end around. This is Cooks. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Motion. Thumbs up the helmet. Here we go. Hey, what's that? Check Mike, 54.
Out of the gun, Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Pulled in at the 24. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd and 7, Manning. Dancing to his left. He'll find O'Shaughnessy open left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Man, that's trash. 12.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Scoop.
Let's go, baby, they turn up.
From the gun, here's Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Mike 54. Right there, 54.
Hey, exit.
54 Mike.
Watch the curl.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch the
Referee. Hey, watch the ball.
3rd and long. It's Love. Trying to lay one up deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
At the 50-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Get in the weight room.
Bravo.
Mike 54.
From midfield, here's Manning. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54.
Manning to throw for it on 4th. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Coming in to sack him, Dominique Easley. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Take it.
12. Hey, seam 6.
Mike's 59.
Now it's Love. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Check 11. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Throwing again on second down. Luck, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Man, move it. You got to get that. Mike's 59.
12.
59.
You must be dreaming. Hey, orbit.
Mike, 59. Mike, check.
Luck now to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Stephen Hauschka on for the field goal. A 40-yard.
And Hauschka missed it left. It's no good for Stephen Hauschka. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Ready,
14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on first down.
Hey, wahoo! Get it.
Working from the gun, Manning. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
58, Mike.
Operating from the gun, Manning. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this one a 41-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
54. No chance.
Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. Touchdown, Houston. DJ Shark, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Check out. Slide, 9 man.
Hey, let's get this.
Hey, check. Slide.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike to 59.
Better bring.
They'll try the left side. It's Grant. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base, and scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Whoa.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
80 weapon.
Slam.
Strong right.
Now Luck. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Time to go, night.
They'll try the left side. It's Grant, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Check out. 140.
Coming to you.
Monday.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
They go back to Grant. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back-to-back running plays, putting them in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15?
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Watch QB draw.
Back to throw. Luck. Forced out to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here we go, here we go. And Lobo.
54. All day, baby, all day, all day.
Hey!
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. He takes this for 3 to the 29. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
High 7.
53 to Mike, 53, check 53.
Snap.
From the 29, Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Manning. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Dominic Easley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Under pressure and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. To throw is Lott. His throw incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Mike is 59, Mike is 59.
5.
Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
12.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lott. He's going to launch this thing. Wait, and this will be caught at the 30. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A 1st down and then some. 36 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
12.
59 Mike, check, 59. Switch up.
A shotgun snap for Lott. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Back to Mike, I got him. Check 59, Mike is 59, Mike to 59.
11.
Mike's 5.
Hey, Charlie.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
2nd and 10, Luck again. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, check.
Mike, check. 59. Not today, you are. Not today.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, Alpha.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike.
Move.
Set the turn, defense.
To throw is Manning. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Malcolm Butler dialed the corner blitz and earned the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Hey, exit. Check.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
It's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Preston Smith there on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices.
And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Check out. 163.
I got you, boy.
11B.
54.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Crunch. Mike 50. Mike 54. You must be.
Hey, dude.
Right there. 54, right there.
Throwing on 3rd down. Love. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. They are on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. And the 49ers have scored again, really extending that lead. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with Henry. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because if you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, team 6.
Shotgun now for Manning. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Let's go.
1st down, Houston.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 1st down carry for Henry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Hey, orbit. Ready?
Back to throw. Manning. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5.
152 fighter.
Manning to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Manning now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Go.
Mike 54.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter,